Hey everybody, welcome to a round two of the Carter Hour via the webcam, via the crappy Macintosh webcam. Here I bring you today a few different things that I told you I would in the last video. First of all, I wanted to show you guys the new mods that I have added to the collection. Now, you guys are familiar with my Sigelli 75, and this guy likes to auto fire by itself. It'll just sit here and start hitting the firing button. I took it apart. It got a little oil down in the button there, and cleaned it up, and it still does it. So I don't use this mod very much anymore. On top of it, I don't know if I showed you guys this my last vaping update, but this has the Tobacco Super Tank. Yes, I believe it was in one of my last vaping updates. I really don't like this tank. It's just not a flavorful tank. It gets hot up here on the tip. I don't really use it very often, but it is kind of a nice little setup for portability. The tobacco on the Sigelli 75. This thing eats through batteries as well. And from my last video, you guys saw the Sig 150 TC. Let me see if I can get the display to come up. There's the Sigelli TC 150. I'll go ahead and rip one for you. With the Twisted Messes, which is a new vaping dripper as well. That was added when I got the Sigelli. And for the final showing here is the Cube, the Smoke Cube X Cube 2 160 TC. And it gives you the display right there. Now mine's upside down because when I'm vaping it, I want to look at the screen. You can rotate the screen. This thing has got more bells and whistles than probably most of the new cars out there today. It also hooks up via Bluetooth to your phone or iPad or Android tablet. It's got a lot of different features. And it's one of those mods that is just cool to have. Portability on this unit, it really isn't a good portable unit, even though I do use it portably. I really like the unit. It fits in my hand pretty well, but you know, I also got the iPhone 6 Plus, and it is a wide. It's a little bit wider than the X Cube, so it really doesn't bother me. I kind of like it. It fits my hand pretty well. And what's cool about this is I'll show you guys when I've also got the TFV4 with the quad coil inside. And just to let you guys know that these tanks drink juice. I mean, it'll drink juice overnight when you're not even vaping. A lot of people have complained about that, but it is also good. The tank works really well. So this combination, I bought this as a kit. Okay, so you get a tank, you got the X Cube 2, and the person I bought it from even threw in a set of batteries. It wasn't that nice. So let me give a demonstration of this. So it kicks out the vape. This coil will go to 140 watts. That's a little ridiculous for a tank coil to go to. Even though I guess my Magnus NI tank, which is a piece of shit. This tank, I mean, I have taken it up. I think I have actually taken it up to 121 watts. And it literally, my friend that's been vaping longer than I have, literally almost killed him because he was like, man, that's dry. And with these coils in the TFV tanks, you've got to let them soak for at least 2 days. I found that after this, I was using this and soaking it for a couple of days. Man, the flavor was just absolutely phenomenal. So it's got Bluetooth features. So, you know, you can go through here and you can click the firing bar 3 times. It'll take you into the menu. Click, and it'll take you to Bluetooth and a few other settings and things like that. But what's really cool is if I go into, there's an app that they have, because this thing is hooked Bluetooth. There's the app. So when I go ahead and trigger this, and it is in real time, it'll show you your puff count up there on the top, 67 since it's been reset, your power, your voltage, your atomizer, what the ohms are it's running at. And what else is cool is you go into settings and you can set a password, which I've set a password and told it to save it. Temperature units, you can do Fahrenheit or Celsius. Charging alert, if the batteries get low on it, it will actually ping your phone and say, hey, your Smoke X Cube 2 is getting low on batteries. Now, when I was squeezing it, you saw little colors changing. Well, you can do your own custom colors in here. It's just one of those, it doesn't have any purpose. It's just a cool factor. And I have it set on this one so it fades in and out, different colors of the RGB spectrum here. You can also hit that power button on there to turn that completely off. It's stealth mode. It says time to close BLE. And what that means is that's Bluetooth. If you have it close after 10 minutes, for some reason, this unit resets back to 14 watts. I haven't been able to figure out that. And I have done the latest firmware update on the Cube, and it still hasn't taken care of that situation. Time to close LED. So that means the time to, after you push the bar, how long that LED is going to be lit up until it, you know, shuts down. So you can set those up there. Reset temp coefficient rate. I don't exactly know what that is. Vapor upgradation. Okay, so as far as I know of mods that you can buy on the market today, the Cube is the only one that will do all the wire types. Okay, and that's including nickel, that's including Kanthal, that's including stainless steel, that's including titanium. You can actually upgrade this mod to do stainless steel and titanium. It's already preloaded with nickel and Kanthal, your normal. And you can actually go in there and select that, and I'll show you guys where that is. So if you go over here into settings, you can set your wattage, okay? And you can also set, if it's a temperature controlled coil, you can set your wattage and temp. Or you can do memorization, okay? So you can memorize your favorite atomizers, whether it be a dripper or a tank. And you can actually, the ramp up time is crazy on this thing. So if you set it to minimum and you still have it at 87.5 watts, the ramp up time, it'll be a slower ramp up time before it hits its max 87.5 watts. So it doesn't kill you all in one hit. So you've got those presets there. I have it at max. I just want to get my vape on and be done with it. And then once you set all your settings, you hit the check mark up there, and it sends all that information right to the X-Cube real time. Some people have asked, have I noticed a difference in battery usage? I haven't really turned off the Bluetooth, to be honest with you. Once I got it, hooked it up, I've been using my phone to set all the settings, so I really couldn't tell you, honestly. But it's not a great mod. I use it more for the TFV4 tank than dripping. I have used a dripper on it. It works quite well. What's splendid about it is if I take off the tank here, the 510 connection, you can see right there, if you drip, it kind of just it's got kind of like a trailway to get that away from the connector. So, pretty neat. I'm also rocking, some people have recommended these batteries. So I am rocking the MXJO 3000 MAHs. Now the MAHs is how long the battery will last on charge. And over here I have a eFest, yeah, charger. It's the blue, it's the Luck IntelliCharge. And this is also controlled by Bluetooth. And I have 4 MXJO silver bottom batteries, 3000 MAHs sitting here. They're all charged right now. Supposedly, there's a warning for these particular battery chargers, as they do not have reverse polarity protection. So that means if you put one battery in wrong, and say you have 3 other batteries sitting in here, kiss your batteries goodbye and the charger itself, because it's going to fry the whole damn thing. I have a night core sitting up here that this is my first battery charger I had. This is only a 4-bay, and this one has reverse battery protection. What I like about the eFest versus the night core is that this has more charging amps than the night core, so this will charge a battery faster. Okay. The night core has a deep cycle setting, which I don't believe the eFest does. I haven't really played around a lot with the eFest yet, but what I noticed, and I got it hooked up to my iPad here, the eFest, is that I can charge, even if I'm putting in more batteries, I can still charge at least 500 milliamps hourly, okay? And that means that I can get these batteries in, charged, and out faster than the night core. I also noticed that the night core, when it's charging 1 or 2 sets of batteries, and we're talking when you have just a set of batteries in there, it's charging at 750 milliamp hours. Okay, that thing gets really hot. I had 2 sets of batteries charging in this, and it barely was warm. So it could be the charging circuit just doesn't have the enough supporting capacity to charge what it really needs to be charging at. But also, I know I've went over some of my juice lines. I'm really liking a lot right now is the Detroit Rock Candy Hawk. It's really good. It's actually in my tank, and I've been dripping it as well. I like it in the dripper better. Lex is another good one. I really like the Lex. They're both kind of lemony, but this has kind of got like a creamy exhale. It's hard to explain. It's really good though. I really like it. And Charlie and Noble, Poseidon's Punch, really good. What else do I have? I got a lot of the IVC lines. I've got Millionaire, Orange Blast Fawn, Snowcalypse. And I also have, I think I said Millionaire and Bell Islander. And then I have some Mrs. Bruce up there from Detroit Rock Candy. I have Peach Gummy Bear, which I'm not a big fan of, but that was a gift, and I appreciate that. I have some Detroit Underground River Raisin. That's pretty good. And Charlie's Chalk Dust Headbang and Boogie. That's pretty good. And I think that's about... Oh, and Mod Fuel. That's a new thing that just came out on the market. That's made here. That's made in Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's pretty good. Too expensive for my blood, though. So once I'm done with those 2 bottles, there ain't going to be no more. I get this question, and I got this question last time via my private message. People wonder if I'm actually saving money by vaping, and I've got to say at this point in time, no. Plain and simple, I'm not saving any more money than I'd actually be I'd actually be saving money, I think, in a sense, if I went back to smoking. But that's something I don't want to do, and I do enjoy vaping a lot. It's fun. It's one of those things where you kind of are trying to kick a habit, and you get into making coils, and you get into different mods, and it becomes a hobby and a collection type of deal, and trying different juices, trying your taste palette. Um, I mean, I've almost been 2 months smoke free. I haven't had a cigarette about 2 months, and I really have no desire to go back to smoking, which is a great thing. I mean, it's a lot of different a lot of different things you can do in vaping. I mean, there's a lot of complexity to it. You got people out there making artist coils. Okay, those are coils that might not necessarily provide extra function, but they look pretty in a dripper. I haven't done any of those yet, but I've got some ideas in my head that I'd like to put together, and maybe I'll even share a video of it once I get it done. But generally, I just do simple Claptons, simple twisteds, simple either dual parallel or quad parallel coils, something that's functional. So that's the extent. I was going to show you all my juices, but they're up there. Yeah, now I'm pointing to it right. They're up there on that shelf, and I have to bring them all down here, and I really don't want to. So, but anyways, ladies and gents, I appreciate it again. This is another 17 minutes and 26-second video. The last video I was viewing, it said intertext here. That wasn't like that in the iMovie. I actually said thanks for watching, and I can't believe that thing did that. So, anyways, for another edition of the Carter Hour, reviewing the SIG 150 Great Mod. If you're in the market to get another mod and you don't really care about the portability, I would actually definitely check into the X Cube 2. Love that mod. Loves the batteries though. And if you're looking for something simple, I probably wouldn't get the Sigelli 75 single battery, and I don't think I would get the tobacco tank either. But they have something called the IPv2 or the SX Mini, which is one that you can screw an extended battery and make it a dual battery mod. This is a single battery mod. This is a dual battery mod, and the Sigelli is a dual battery mod, so that means it takes two of the batteries, and you have to marry them. Basically, marrying is charging them and discharging them together. They're always together. This Sigelli hasn't. There you go. It's auto firing. This Sigelli hasn't been a bad mod. This was my second mod that I upgraded to from my Kanger Tech. My Kanger Tech lasted me a week. It's not because the mod went bad. It's just that it wasn't giving me what I needed. So I rocked the Sigelli for about a month and really enjoyed it. I didn't do dripping until a little bit later, and I did my mutation XV4 on this. It was hardcore on the battery on this thing. But I don't do that anymore. I'm just rocking the two battery mods for dripping. So that's the way it should be. Yeah, if you're looking to get into vaping, my recommendation is you don't get the Kanger Tech. It's a mod that you'll be like, oh, I like this vaping much more. I want to get into something a little bit better. I would actually rock out with an IPv2 or an SX Mini if you can get an SX Mini, because the advantage of the SX Mini is that you get a tube and you can screw in a second battery so that it becomes a dual battery mod in a single battery configuration. Now you have the little tube sticking out like this, but then you get the extra power like you would in a two battery mod, and then you have the convenience of I want a single battery or I want a dual battery. Now, I don't know, I'm not sure if you have to marry those batteries as well. on the SX Mini. Not too familiar with it. Just saw it a couple of times. Yeah, so I would start off with something like an SX Mini or an IPv2. You might want to try this Tobacco Super Tank. I'm not a big fan of it. My friend loves the Tobacco Super Tank. I think it's useless, but I would try out something like, maybe more of an advanced tank, like one of the Atlantis brands or something like that. But Tobacco Super Tank for me is just, it's been sitting half full since last week. So shows how much I use it. Anyways, another 20-minute video of going over vaping equipment on a non-vaping channel. Alright, ladies and gents, appreciate it again. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for viewing. And I appreciate your support out there on YouTube land. I wouldn't be doing these videos without your support. I appreciate it again for all the new subscribers that have come in this last week, and I appreciate you guys again viewing the videos. And anyway, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.